Alright guys, so today we're going to start our final project dealing with the whole elevator thing, and we're going to use this as sort of an exam or a test for this week um, to, to kind of build everything that we've done so far into a small little testable object, and it's going to add in everything that I've taught you so far to kind of help you prep for the final. And then we're also going to be working with some dynamic props that have animations built into them. So today, on the first day of this week that we're going to spend doing this final little um, elevator exercise, is going to be assembling all of the props and everything that we need to make it work. So previous elevators that we've done have used the brushes. We've made the entire thing out of brushes, and it's pretty simple. We just kind of made some boxes and we tied them together. We made some funk brushes, some funk track trains. We used path tracks and a couple of funk doors. Nothing horribly difficult, some funk buttons. And it worked, and it was totally functional. But for a game-ready elevator, something that you would actually see in a game, we're going to use animations that were developed with the props in mind. So for this case, we're going to use an elevator set that's already in Half-Life 2, and Left 4 Dead has additional elevators, but for this particular project, we're all going to use the same freight elevator because I know we all have it, and I don't have to worry if anybody's missing this particular prop or anything like that. So it's in Half-Life 2, so that means every single person has it, regardless of if you've loaded up any of the extra props or not. Now, today you're going to spend some time building basically we're going to create a new map, just a hollow box, and inside this hollow box we're going to make a small lobby area. It's not going to be very big, and this box is quite large, but the actual lobby area is just going to be this area right around here by the elevator. There'll be enough room for maybe a couch and a couple potted plants, nothing massive. We're going to install this freight elevator. We're not going to worry about blueprinting it or anything just yet, but we're going to go through the process of getting all this stuff put in, named, and set up for tomorrow's lesson, which will begin the process of animating all of these different pieces. Now, this one I want it to be a completed, fully functional, pretty lit textures, everything all done nicely so that it looks like something that's actually usable and not just a demonstration. So we're going to build a nice little elevator shaft here. And if we go up to the second floor here, you're going to see that I've got an elevator shaft. There's the elevator down at the bottom. So I've got this nice little elevator shaft. Pick whatever textures you want. I don't really care. I'm not done texturing this yet. But I do want the textures aligned and, appropriate choices for what's going to be basically like a lobby of a hotel or a bank or something like that. So it's going to have this old style, like turn of the century, I don't know, maybe a little more modern than that. But this nice little old-fashioned looking elevator with these accordion style mechanical doors that have a nice animation with them. The player's going to get in. There's a button on the inside here that's actually pressable, and we have a button on the outside, so we'll walk in, hit these buttons, doors will open, pop in, press a button. It's going to go up the elevator shaft to the second floor. It's going to pop the doors open, and then we're going to go ahead and make this one so that when the player steps out of it, the doors are going to close behind them. So we're going to add a trigger multiple on the inside of the elevator that detects the player. And when the player gets out of the elevator, it's going to shut the elevator doors, just like a real elevator would. So today, you're going to kind of just build all the pieces, and then tomorrow we'll start dealing with all the inputs and outputs and all that stuff. So let me go through all the pieces of this, starting with the elevator itself. So the main body of the elevator is this prop right here, and I'll go ahead and create a new one. It is a prop dynamic, and the name of it, if you browse for elevator, it is the freight elevator, this right here. Now, you'll notice the freight elevator, if you go to skins, there's actually two skins. One of them is really rough wooden floor, kind of rusty, looks like a freight elevator. The second one is a little nicer and looks more like a human elevator for carrying people. Your choice. Doesn't matter. Same elevator. It does everything the same. So pick whichever skin you want. Okay. So that's going to be our elevator. We're going to name it. Let's go ahead and name it Elevator Prop. Okay. Elevator Prop. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and delete it because I've already got one. So that's going to give me this thing here. Now the door, this is the door right here. So the door is also a prop dynamic. So let's add in another prop dynamic. And the name of that is going to be elevator door. It's this thing right here. And if you look at the sequences, look at the tabs over here. So you see sequences. We have idle, close, and open. So those are the animations that we're going to be calling when we program this elevator to work. When the player gets in, we're going to open the doors. We're going to be able to close the doors. So that's going to be kind of neat. So that's going to be your elevator door, and we're going to name it, let's name it Elevator Door Prop. Okay, so it's going to be called Elevator Door Prop. And that'll be this thing right here. We're going to go ahead and assemble those. So here's my elevator body, or the car, I guess. And the door is going to kind of sit on the outside of it. You can see it's on the outside here. It seems, for me anywhere, I feel like that's where it kind of works the best. But, you know, you may want to put it on the inside. It doesn't fit perfectly inside this door frame, so that always kind of bothered me. So I usually put it on the outside, but your choice. Really, you can put it wherever you want. It looks like I've got it off a little bit to the side, so I might need to move it about an inch to the side there. Okay, now the next prop is going to be this guy here. This is another prop dynamic, and this world model is the freight elevator button. We've used this one before. It's got it's a little elevator button. It's pretty cool. It's this guy right here. Okay, so we're going to use that. And then on the second floor, you're also going to have another elevator button here on the outside. Okay, so for today, we're going to build the elevator shaft. Okay, that fits the elevator on the inside. We're going to build a little lobby on the second floor, a little lobby on the first floor. Get all the walls lined up nice and make everything fit nicely. My walls here, there's lots of little pieces that kind of hide some of the workings of it. If I pull this away, there's a little gap here on the side because the elevator kind of rides on these rail things here. But you'll notice the sides of the elevator are invisible, so we don't want the player to be able to see those. So I put these little wall pieces in there to kind of block it. Same thing up top. I put this piece, kind of a decorative piece across the top. I've got the big wall pieces here for the elevator shaft. I put materials on them. I got them all nice or textures. I got them all aligned. Kind of a weird wood grain plaster here. One of the tiles for the floor. Your choice, really doesn't matter. Don't forget to apply textures to the inside of the elevator shaft. I would probably, I think I'll probably end up going with like a concrete or a cement or something like that on the inside here. Because that's probably what you would typically see on the inside of an elevator shaft. If you were to be able to see it, it would probably just be raw gray concrete, nothing too fancy, because normally you don't see it. So, something like that. Yeah, I like that. Okay, all right, so that's your assignment today. Build the elevator shaft. Start working on a lobby on the bottom. Don't worry about the outside. This is purely going to be like a little exercise of the inside of the building, so I don't care. There is no outside of the building. We're building a small lobby. Size-wise, this is a massive room here. This is where I do all my demonstrations for you guys. But the actual size for today's demonstration is, going to be, maybe a 20-foot room. Put a little couch and a potted plant or something in here. Nothing, just a little lobby. There's going to be an elevator that's going to go up to a second floor, and it's going to drop the player off into a second lobby. So nothing too crazy, but I do want all nice textures. I want it to look like a hotel or a bank lobby. So today, build this up for me. Tomorrow we'll go through the process of programming it and making it work. And then at the end of the week, we're going to turn this in as sort of like a culminating test of all of these inputs and outputs and animations and elevators that we've done. All right. Awesome. That is today's lesson.